Hello, I'm Helen from the British School of Meditation and welcome to our channel. So the school train people to become meditation teachers, and our course is externally accredited by Ascentus and recognised by Ofqual. And if you want more details about how to become a meditation teacher and start your training with us, do hop on to the links below. So, wow, what can I say? The times we find ourselves in are, well, I hate to say it, but because it's been said so many times, unprecedented. But they are. Nothing like this in my lifetime have I ever experienced before. So I just thought I'd have a few words with you, chat with you about how I see things, what the school's doing, and how perhaps we could support you. So my first thing, as you know, those that you regularly watch me, I usually have a vase of flowers here. Well, whilst flowers are beautiful, I sort of thought, well, perhaps they're not essential, and I didn't want to do any essential shopping yesterday. So this is a picture painted by my son for my birthday, and I think it's rather lovely and cheerful, and obviously it's a bird reminding us of spring. And in actual fact, today is a lovely sunny day outside, a beautiful spring day, and fortunately the wind has dropped because it's been very windy the last 2 or 3 days. So hopefully I will get my exercise in later on today, taking the dog for a walk. So I hope you're all keeping well, and if you're finding this time very anxious and worrying, which I think we all are, trying to keep everything together, have a look on our past vlogs. I put up various meditations, and in fact the last one I recorded was a calming meditation. So do go back and listen to one of those with me that you may find useful and just help you within your practice, because I think at this time our meditation practice is really important to us, even if we feel we're not going to settle. You know, when that brain is really going and you're feeling panicky and worrying, because it's not, we're all worrying, aren't we? Let's be honest, not just about the virus and how that's going to affect us, but our loved ones and our family. There are financial worries because everything suddenly seems really uncertain. So it can be really overwhelming. Plus you may well be adjusting to self-isolation. How do you manage that? You may be adjusting to your family all being together the whole time. And we all know that sometimes at Christmas arguments can happen because people aren't used to being together. So there's lots of things we're having to juggle and balance at this moment. So taking a couple of minutes to do a meditation is really showing yourself some love and compassion. But within that, understanding that maybe you're just feeling so anxious that you feel you can't settle. Just bear with it, work your way through it with your meditation. Even if your thoughts are all over the place, that's okay. Give yourself some slack, but just sit in that space. Even if your meditation, you don't feel that you can be chanting, focusing on anything with a specific purpose, perhaps just sitting with your eyes closed, taking some breaths, trying to find a moment of calm. And even if during that period you only have a second or two of calm, that will have done you a power of good. So just focus on yourself and look after yourselves. And if nothing else, this pandemic has shown the interconnectedness of all things, of all beings. And so if you're able to find a moment of calm, that will show through you and radiate out into your family. So how are the school managing? Well, we've still got courses to run. We have still got people that wish to train with us. And we were delighted at the weekend when Catherine, our tutor at Manchester, ran a course on Zoom. And it worked out very well indeed. There were a couple of technical glitches, mainly to do with the internet, but that was all sorted out. And yes, people could go into separate chat rooms, discussions, and then come back and share. And all of the students were able to give their presentations, because part of the training is that you have to give a presentation talking about science and meditation and an aspect of meditation. And they were also all able to deliver their meditations. So whilst they weren't in physical room, they were all together talking and sharing, and that worked really well. So we were absolutely delighted, and going forward we intend to, whilst this is happening, to continue with this. And Sarah, our tutor in Bristol, has got a part 2 coming up, and we are just looking at how we can take our part 1, because our course is divided in 2 parts, obviously part 1 and part 2. Please, if you're thinking of training, do have a look on our site where we've talked about this, and contact the trainers in your area. Well, actually, it doesn't even need to be your area. If you're going to do it online, it can be anywhere, can't it? So I think one of the things it has shown us is how marvellous the technology is, not only for that, but for keeping in contact with friends and family. I have a daughter who lives in Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere, which I've spoken about before. And so we've always chatted most days we use Messenger. And in fact, for our Christmas present, she bought us one of the Facebook's portals, which is great, because then she's on my TV. And so we drop in and have a coffee every day and have a natter. And my granddaughter gets up to various antics, which is always interesting, and I pull faces at her through the TV and she pulls them back at me, so that's lovely. But what is interesting is my other daughter, who lives locally, well, about half an hour's drive from us, feels equally as far away at the moment. So it's good to be able to talk to her through FaceTime as well. And my son, who lives near London, he's working from home. He's a computer scientist. He's the one that did this picture. And again, we're able to talk through the portal. But if you haven't got one of those, obviously you all know, if you're looking at this, you can use your phone to chat to people, and that really does make a huge difference when you can see someone. And I think that even though they're not physically in front of you, they're still with you, and I think it's the best next thing. So I think we are very, very fortunate that not fortunate to have this pandemic, obviously, but at this time we have all this wonderful technology that we can keep in contact and we can help people, and just general social interaction this way can be wonderful. I could say all sorts of things about checking on neighbours, all this sort of thing, but all of that has been said. I think the biggest thing that we need to be is kind to ourselves and cut ourselves some slack and be a bit understanding that we are feeling under pressure, we are worried. If I can't sleep at night, I can't sleep at night. I'll have a better night's sleep the next night. So just give this time, and if you are at home, maybe look into developing those hobbies that you've always wanted to do, or even just sitting down doing a jigsaw puzzle can be very good and help just calm yourselves. So I think I'm going to draw to a close of my wittering on with you. Yeah, I think so, don't you? If you need, if you want to contact the school about anything, please do through our Facebook pages, or send me a message. And I'll see you soon. Take care, look after yourselves, and don't forget to smile at each other. Bye.